What's up, Instagram, Facebook? Happy Thursday. We're approaching the end of yet another, hopefully, successful and fantastic week. And Instagram, just a heads up, I learned that my feed is slightly delayed as evidenced by my hand motions not corresponding with my lip movement. So my apologies, and thank you for always tuning in regardless. I sincerely appreciate it. Remember that I'm also live on Facebook at the same time, so if that's a better viewing experience, please hop onto my Facebook at facebook.com/PaulSalterCoaching. So tonight, what we are discussing is whether you need to invest in a multivitamin. And what I'd like to know before we get into the nitty-gritty details here is, do you take a multivitamin? Do I take a multivitamin? I'll elaborate on that in just a second. So the point of tonight is just to present my opinion, but as well as some actual research that investigated whether or not people were finding benefit in supplementing with specific vitamins and minerals or even antioxidant supplements, and then kind of bringing it all together to discuss whether or not a multivitamin is benefiting you. So first things first. I put together a series of lectures for the class I teach over at Northern Arizona University all about vitamins and minerals, and really got to dive into the research as of late, particularly examining the B vitamins, B1 through 12, vitamin C, as well as the fat-soluble vitamins, vitamins A, D, E, and K. And we've also taken time to explore calcium, phosphorus, zinc, sodium, potassium, selenium, chromium. And you know what the research shows as a whole? Is that if you are meeting your needs, and now some of the needs between vitamins and minerals do differ between genders and do differ depending on your stage in life, i.e., are you a pregnant or lactating woman? However, for the most part, none of these vitamins provide any ergogenic aid or any benefit if you supplement with them if you are already meeting your needs through whole foods and a balanced calorie intake, a balanced diet, I should say. So that's the first point I want to say is, if you are eating a well-balanced diet, you likely do not have a need to supplement with any additional vitamin A, additional vitamin B1, B2, thiamine, riboflavin, niacin, B3. You likely don't have a need. And in most cases, taking even more than the recommended daily amount is not advantageous. It's not necessarily harmful, but again, not necessarily advantageous. Though I do want to point out, without trying to get too far off track from multivitamins, is that certain vitamin deficiencies, correcting a deficiency is totally different. So for instance, in the case of vitamin D, the most popular nutrient deficiency in all of the United States, correcting that deficiency is going to help you feel like night and day. You're going to feel that much better rather quickly to noticing in particular better sleep, better strength, better power, better performance, and a better overall quality of life and well-being. So again, deficiency is different from meeting your needs. If you are deficient, all of those vitamins and minerals do become very important so that you can normalize and then optimize your levels. But if you are taking in a well-balanced diet day after day, getting your vegetables, your fruits, your whole grains, your lean proteins, and your healthy fats, you're likely not deficient. So again, going above and beyond is not necessary. Now, there is actually quite a bit of research that actually looks at multivitamin supplementation in general population as well as in athletes. And again, what this research found is, a multivitamin is likely not necessary if we assume you're eating a well-balanced diet and getting all of those food groups in multiple times per day. But here's the kicker. You're likely not. And that's where we come in. Are you getting multiple servings of vegetables per day, multiple servings of fruit, multiple servings of iron-rich foods, such as, maybe red meat? Are you eating that a few times a week? Are you eating seafood a few times a week? The problem here is that most people are not. Me included sometimes can be guilty of monotony, eating the very small variety of foods over and over again. And it doesn't mean that they're not nutrient dense, and it doesn't mean that it's not beneficial to eat the same foods over and over to some extent. However, you're likely not covering your bases and getting all of the vitamins and minerals you need unless you are being extremely diligent about it. Are you getting 3 servings of dairy? Are you getting red meat a few times a week? Are you getting plenty of healthy fat so you can get your vitamin E? Are you supplementing with vitamin D? You know, there's so many factors to consider that in most cases, a multivitamin's purpose is to serve as a safety net, or rather icing on the cake, if you will, to complement your well-balanced diet. So with that, what I would say to you is a multivitamin is not a crutch. It is icing on the cake or your safety net. Your goal should be focused on a well-balanced diet complete with plenty of fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, high fiber, whole grain carbohydrates, and healthy fats so that you do your absolute best to take in a diverse nutrient profile and set yourself up for an opportunity to get all of the vitamins and minerals you need. And in case you miss a few, for instance, some weeks I don't have any red meat. Maybe I don't have the best source of iron in my diet during that week. Well, it could be that I'm lacking a little bit of iron. So a multivitamin can be advantageous to pick up the slack on occasion and make sure you are well-rounded, well-balanced across the board to meet your your vitamin and your mineral needs. Now, with that said, furthermore, another reason a multivitamin should not be relied upon as a crutch is because the nutrients that are found in those tiny pills or powders are often not as bioavailable, meaning not absorbed as well compared to the whole food or the nutrients found in the whole foods that you're eating. So they're not as effective or efficient. And furthermore, elaborating on that point, when you choose a supplement versus a whole food, you're likely not getting nearly as much fiber, you're not getting the antioxidant or the phytochemical benefits found in those whole foods when choosing to take a multivitamin pill or powder instead. So what I recommend to you again is keep the focus on the whole foods and do consider the multivitamin as a safety net. And when looking at your multivitamin, you do want to make sure that you're taking one that it actually has a wide array of vitamins and minerals. Some you'll find out there are kind of shortchanging you. It's like vitamin B1, B6, B12, vitamin C, and they call it a day. Some have iron, some don't have iron. Some have vitamin D, some don't. You know, you need to make sure you're actually taking a moment to look at that nutrition or supplement label to identify that you're getting a diverse portfolio, if you will, of vitamins and minerals. And then you need to go one step further and make sure you're getting the best available form of that vitamin. And I'll give you 2 quick examples real quick. You know, you can find calcium as calcium carbonate or calcium citrate. Which one should you look for on your multivitamin? Well, calcium carbonate is going to be the better option here. And we transition to vitamin D. There's 2 major forms of vitamin D, D2 and D3. Which one's best for you? You're going to want to look for D3 or cholecalciferol. So these nuances are important, and they're a Facebook Live and Instagram Live video in and of themselves down the road. But again, taking a moment to look at that supplement label, making sure A, a diverse portfolio, and B, you have a thorough understanding that you're getting the most bioavailable and effective form of the nutrients of interest is very important. That way, if you are investing the little, or even the decent amount of money into your multivitamin, you're getting the most bang for your buck, and it's doing what it says it's going to do and doing what you want it to do. Serving as a supplement to supplement your well-balanced diet on occasion to help pick up any slack that might be missing throughout your diet during the week. So, recap the one big take-home message. Multivitamin? Sure, you should definitely consider taking it. But not before you make sure you have a well-balanced diet in place. Because that multivitamin is your safety net, your icing on the cake, and nothing more. It is not a crutch. And for those of you out there watching, listening this evening, who did happen to have a moment to stop by and join the webinar last night, thank you very much. We had a strong crowd last night. It was a blast, and I sincerely appreciate it. So that's all I've got for you this evening. Next week, we'll be back with a couple more outstanding questions asked by you, and I look forward to diving in and, providing what you need to make a positive change in your health, your physique, and your performance. So if you have a question you'd love for me to answer, please don't hesitate. Instagram, direct message me, Facebook, comment below, or send me a message, and I will be glad to feature it in an upcoming Facebook Live video, but not before getting back to you as soon as possible with your answer, so you're not waiting for that video. Enjoy the rest of your evening, enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you soon.